Okay, so we have made it to Houston, Copperfield Lanes, getting ready to start the practice session. Dwight Brown, all right, there's Dwight, is up here as well. Colton Bartell is down on another set of lanes. Maybe we'll go say hi to him. And like I said, getting ready to start the practice session.
As you can see,
there's Alan.
Kyle Troop, if you see this, you'll be running from me. I'm coming for you. Fro versus Fro, best of 5. Whenever you're ready, every camera that I see, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Good old Alan. So we'll go down here and we'll say hi to Colton. And like I said, getting ready to start practice session. And we'll see how things go. Here's Colton. Say hi, Colton.
What's up? Are you live right now?
No, not live. Okay. Just putting it all together for a video that I'll put up on YouTube later.
Okay. Well, I'll borrow you in a little bit and do the same.
All right. You'll know where to find me.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to see you.
Right? Incognito.
Do you have the solo with you?
Yes.
I want to see it.
So there's actually 5 swag staffers at the regional here this weekend. You've got myself, you've got Dwight Brown, Colton, Chris Hood, and Myron Fleming will be here as well. So I'm going to get some stuff together and get ready to start the practice session. All right. I expected better than that.
baby.
Just a minor question, always if you come in late, hand radio and answer the phone. So if you need any back tags and/or patches, I have them available front desk, $3 each. All I'm doing is some shirt rolls. If you have a shirt brand either on your chest and/or sleeve areas, you will need a DVA patch to cover that up. So the front desk, $3 each. Also, if it's a non-compliant DVA logo, you also need to cover that up as well.
Oh yeah, I'm lined up now. Yeah, my big bro Jackson's really happy with me right now. Okay, so yeah, I'm actually I've got a list out. He's gonna be done if he can this weekend. Oh, really? Yeah. So apparently, yeah. So what I'm seeing is I can't throw it down that far, but I can throw it up that far. You can throw it up and you can't get yeah. I got that in the pit. Yeah. But it's rolling. Yeah, it's rolling. This, at least, if I'm putting straight up, I need tall looks like a pocket.
But here's the curious shot right here.
What's that?
Here's the curious shot right here. Yeah.
Even 8 and 7 look good.
Now you see what I'm seeing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which ball is that?
I got time to move somewhere right with it. Then I got time. Or back in. My feet just a tad right. That feels
Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm going to be playing. My feet will be a little further right, but that's where I'll be playing.
that's a feel shot.
Yeah. That's what I thought earlier. If I had the right ball in my hand.
Don't play it that way.
Yeah, because
Don't have to be down here. Whoa, dirty. That's dirty.
going better.
Oh, shut up.
Welcome to South.
Oh no, I think it's going to be a fantasy day to start out with.
Good for you.
My feet went on that one. That's I can bring on my foot.
Not bad.
Looks like Strader's going to be greater this weekend.
Had that shot that I almost fell, and now everything got killed.
Yeah, right? Just a reminder, Mr. Covers, roll call right early morning, 9 o'clock roll call. It's nice instead of 8 o'clock. A lot of times I have a lot of people. 9 o'clock roll call. 9 o'clock roll call tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Okay, so we are done with practice session, and really, I mean, for me, I found some really good looks with both the Phenom and my Artist that's out of box. Some other things could come into play that I did have some looks with, but overall, those two did look the best on the pattern. So yeah, we'll see tomorrow. 8 games of qualifying start at 9:30. So we're going to see how that goes. And there is Colton.
What's up?
And what'd you think of practice session today?
I think I've got a couple of looks. Artist looks good. The Blaze looks really good, probably on the fresh. So we're going to see how it transitions. But once we get on the back end of the block, I think it may be the Geek Bubblegum, honestly. It was looking really good after it kind of burned up.
And the Geek Bubblegum could definitely come into play.
Yeah.
I didn't bring the shields in today, or my Pure Fantasy or Urethane, but doesn't mean that I may not make a trip to the truck.
Yeah, that's true.
But I did see some step downs. A step down. I had some looks with the Mad Joker and Dynamite Blaze, even the polished Graffiti Artist. I could see that as being a really good step down too.
Yeah.
But even towards the end of the practice session, I was still able to play that shot that I found standing further right with the Phenom.
Yeah.
And have a really good look. And even the Artist, you know, I could, if I wasn't quite hitting it right for that outside shot, I could kind of hit the reset button with the Artist.
Yeah.
And have a good look.
Yeah. The only thing I saw with it was for me, it seemed like it just played a lot longer than what the pattern is on the lane. It's a 41-foot pattern, but it was playing more like a 45-foot. So, anything outside of 10 was going to sail on you for sure. So, I'm probably going to stick towards the middle of the lane a little bit more. And I saw a lot of people pulling Urethane out, and honestly, I was kind of laughing inside because I'm like, why?
And I didn't see a lot of people that looked like they were having a good look with Urethane.
No. They just were trying to force it.
But everybody wants to try and throw it.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, I had some looks inside.
Yeah.
The Phenom was pretty touchy inside. But there's some looks there. And that Phenom is ridiculously strong.
Yes, it is.
One of the comments Colton made earlier was that he should have had me drill one and bring it to him.
Yeah.
And then Dwight drilled one
And then didn't bring it.
said how strong it is and didn't bring it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we'll see how the lanes play tomorrow, because today maybe playing a little bit slicker. They were oiling as we got here, getting ready to start.
Didn't have time to set.
As we even started practice, they were still oiling half the house. So the oil never really had a chance to set. We'll see what tomorrow morning brings.
Yeah.
Could be a little bit different, but we'll see. So we will try and get some video done tomorrow as well and put it all together and see how things go. Hopefully, there's 5 swag staffers that are here at the event. Hopefully we're all bowling Sunday. So we will see.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Here's to tomorrow. you've seen the footage from Houston. Shout out to Colton Bartell and Myron Fleming, staff with Swag, for making the cut. There was some clips there towards the end of the video where it was shots that they were throwing on Sunday during match play. They did struggle some on Sunday, but still really proud of them for the way they performed. As for myself, I ended up missing the cut by 40, 40, 45, something like that. I mean, overall, the shot was much improved from McPherson. Felt like I threw the ball really well all day. There was definitely some pairs that were a struggle, mostly with just the carry. Early on, it was a little bit of me. I missed some spares that I probably shouldn't have missed. And then as we got later in the day, there was actually myself and another person on my pair. His first name was Kevin. I can't think of his last name. Who we were trying to make a run back into it. And things were looking pretty good. And then we just ran into some issues on the lane that the only thing I'm going to say about it is, as a courtesy, I feel, to people that you're bowling with, if you see somebody making a move and playing a different portion of the lane and seeing that they're having some success, it's one thing if you want to move with them to, especially if you're struggling, to try and create a shot. My advice to you on that, however, is if you're going to do that, please, as a favor to the people you're bowling with, try and find something in your arsenal that is a similar piece of equipment. So by that, I mean, if you see guys that are moved left and they're using a pearl ball or something polished and they're catching a different portion of the lane and having that success, don't jump in on top of them using gridded solid. Especially if you throw a few shots and it's not there for you. Don't keep trying to struggle and to try and find it, especially with that really, really gridded solid, something that's sanded down a lot. Because what you're going to do is you're going to then, those guys that are having some success and trying to maybe claw their way back in or stay up in the cut, what you're now doing is you're completely changing the lane on them. And where they go to having a successful shot, now all of a sudden, one shot they're throwing is hitting the pocket, and then a couple shots later, now the ball's starting to jump on them. And it's rough. Unfortunately, that we ran into that like the last 3 games. And I think like the last game I started with the front 4, and then next thing I knew, I couldn't keep up with how fast it was breaking down. And I saw it early on. I'm not one to necessarily go say something to somebody, but just so all of you know, that's my advice to you. I mean, it's nothing that I would ever do to somebody. You know, if they're having success inside and maybe swinging the ball a little bit more with something that's shiny or pearl, even if it's a sanded pearl, it's still somewhat like equipment and you're not really going to affect the shot too much. Don't completely change, and start throwing something like a gridded solid on top of them. So take away from Houston, better showing than we had in McPherson. Threw the ball really well, just missed it. So we're on to the next 3, starting the first weekend in May. We go Shawnee, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas, and then Waxahachie, Texas. So I'm going to have more footage coming at you. So that's about all I've got for you for right now. So we'll just wrap it up, and we look forward to the next. I do want to give a shout out always to those who do help me, California Bowling, Swag, with the equipment. Turbo has kept me on staff with them. So I always have to give a huge shout out to Turbo for everything that they've always done for me. And to some personal sponsors that I did have. I don't know if they want names mentioned, but I do have a couple personal sponsors that have helped me out a little bit. For those of you who may not follow me on Facebook, I had put out a post earlier this year of if there was anybody willing, either business or personal wise, that may be interested in helping sponsor a little bit. You'll get your props. And because I've got a lot of events this year, and it adds up quick expenses wise. So if it is something you'd be interested in, reach out to me. You can send me something here in the comments to a way of contacting you, or reach out to me through Facebook, through private messenger, and we can talk about it. All right, until next time, I will talk to you guys later. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so that anytime I do any of these videos, then you're going to get notified as soon as they're available. All right, we'll see you again real soon.